welcome to yet another edition of Newsnight with Andrew Mwenda, the old man of the clan and CEO of the Independent magazine. And tonight...
General of the UPDF.
Tonight we discuss the pronouncement by...
Why do you ignore my generalship in the UPDF?
Amama Mbabazi on his candidacy for the presidency. Andrew, this caught many, of course, not by surprise, but the kind of timing was totally wrong because you had the FDC Delegates Conference on Friday.
Yes.
And this was still putting a lot of news. You had the African Union Summit in South Africa.
Where they want to arrest Bashir.
And again, that was raising a lot of news. But then overnight, I mean, on Sunday night, everyone went to bed thinking there was an announcement going to be made on Monday. And everyone knew the announcement, but still didn't surprise many.
Well, I should tell you this, that I am intrigued by the fact that the public has a lot of interest in Amama Mbabazi. So Mbabazi may have much more gravitas than I expect.
Yes.
Because, well, I think that Mbabazi has not been... his desire to become president has lacked some imagination. How? The best time for Mbabazi to declare his desire to challenge Museveni for the chairmanship of the NRM was in Chankwanzi, when the MPs, led by Aite, declared Museveni the sole presidential candidate for the NRM.
Yes.
At that time, Mbabazi signed accepting Museveni as the sole presidential candidate. This declaration is a complete reversal to something he attached his signature to. Now, of course, in politics, no one cares what you said yesterday. But the most important thing is that at that moment, Mbabazi should have resigned as Prime Minister, resigned as a Secretary General of the NRM, and said, I must challenge this, this anti-democratic decision. That moment passed on him. Then came the moment of September last year. Hold a second. He came December last year when they amended the Constitution, removed all democratic principles from the NRM Constitution, removed him as Secretary General, and Mbabazi at that time could have protested inside that delegates conference, inside the NEC. He disappointed his supporters. Now he declares his candidature for the presidency and for the chairmanship of NRM at this juncture when I don't see any strategic event or issue to which he's clinging. And he comes across as his action is too little, too delayed. I don't think it will stimulate sufficient momentum for his candidature. In
his 5-minute video, Andrew, and I'm sure you watched that.
Yes, I've watched it carefully.
He raises key concerns and raises some of the points or issues he would address in his manifesto. He talks about investment, talks about education, key fundamentals in his pronouncement for candidacy. You must say that at least that is a pronouncement of where he wants to go. As his slogan says, go forward.
Let me actually say this.
Yes.
When I watched his presentation and I read it on the Independent website, you can go on the Independent website, his entire statement is there. I felt that Mbabazi made the most mature launch. You see, rather than you would expect an opposition politician, a person trying to challenge Museveni to go and say, this Museveni is a despot, he has destroyed Uganda, rather than create a doomsday scenario, Mbabazi did the most mature thing no politician has yet done in Uganda. He has positioned his campaign as a campaign about the future of Uganda rather than a quarrel over the past. And I felt that was a very, very important and strategic thing to do because he has served this government for too long for him to deny its achievements. But also the second issue that is important is in Africa, we are so much into quarrels and recriminations that every president positions himself as the person to save the country. And I felt it was very mature for him to accept or acknowledge that the last 50 years, whether under Bote or under Amin and under Museveni, we have seen progress, and he says he wants to build on that progress, correct what is weak, build on what has been strong. On that, Amama, I felt you were really, really a mature politician. Of course, the problem, Maurice, is that in the real world of hard-knuckled politics, that may not attract sufficient enthusiasm from those who hate Museveni, because Museveni haters who will give you the most passionate and enthusiastic support, fanatical support, are those who want you to denounce the president, call him a thug, call him a despot, call him corrupt, accuse him of destroying the whole country and say Uganda has fallen apart. So I feel that in him trying to appeal to the most refined, the vast majority of Ugandans who are refined, reflective, and are much more balanced, he will deny himself passionate and fanatical support, which is the base of the opposition.
All right, and very quickly.
Another thing you could say,
yes.
Amama is more sophisticated man in terms of branding.
Yes.
If you look at his posters, if you look at his the exercise books he has done, every single thing.
Even the way he made his pronouncement.
Yes, is cutting edge. It has beauty. It has very, very good branding. But I ask myself, if you go onto YouTube and you're on Twitter, how many Ugandans are on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube? And those who are there are the ones who don't vote. They make a lot of noise, but they never show up to vote. Now, the mainstream Ugandan voter is this ordinary peasant in the village. The question is Mbabazi going to appeal to that person? Is Mbabazi going to Nakasero market and Kiseka market, entering a Kafunda to eat food like Besuje does? Is he going to accept to be picked up and thrown onto the back of a pickup truck?
Yes.
Is he the kind of that bare-knuckle politician? Because you see, I don't think that Museveni is going to let Mbabazi play politics in a normal way. Well, and the only way he can generate momentum is by inducing the state to arrest and beat him up. Then he can attract a lot of enthusiasm to his campaign.
Let's pick it up from there for tomorrow's discussion. All right, and that was Newsnight.